Hey everyone, welcome back. Over the next 7 to 10 days, the United States is set to experience a series of powerful winter storms, each bringing a significant amount of snowfall, ice accumulation, and the potential for dangerous travel conditions. In addition to these storms, an Arctic blast is expected to impact large portions of the country in the middle of the work week, leading to bitterly cold temperatures. This forecast aims to break down everything you need to know about these upcoming weather events, how they will unfold, and what areas are most at risk for severe impacts. As of today, the first of these winter storms is already beginning to ramp up across the upper Midwest. Heavy snowfall is developing across North Dakota, Minnesota, and Wisconsin, with some areas expected to see more than half a foot of snow. Alongside the snow, ice accumulation is becoming a growing concern in parts of the northern Ohio Valley and the Northeast. Ice freezing rain is already being reported in parts of Illinois and Iowa, creating slick conditions on the roads and making travel hazardous for those in the affected areas. Meanwhile, farther south, the southern plains and much of the southeast are currently enjoying a period of quiet weather. However, this calm is not expected to last long, as another round of severe weather is anticipated to develop later in the week. But before we get into the details, hit the subscribe button, like this video, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for your support. The West Coast, which has been repeatedly battered by atmospheric river events over the last week, is finally experiencing a brief respite. For now, residents along the coast can enjoy some quieter conditions, though this break will be short-lived as another atmospheric river is forecasted to impact the region later this week, bringing renewed rain and mountain snow. Meanwhile, across the Midwest and the Northeast, the first of several winter storms is already triggering widespread winter storm warnings, advisories, and ice storm warnings. The most immediate concern is the heavy snowfall expected to blanket parts of the upper Midwest, with snowfall totals ranging from 3 to 7 inches in most areas and some localized spots picking up 8 inches or more. This snowfall will spread eastward throughout the day, intensifying over the Great Lakes region and the Northeast by tonight. Ice accumulation is also a significant concern, particularly in Pennsylvania and Maryland, where some areas could see up to 1/4 of an inch of ice. While this amount of ice is unlikely to cause widespread power outages, it will create treacherous driving conditions, making travel extremely dangerous overnight and into the morning hours. As the storm system continues to push eastward, heavy snowfall will become widespread across New England overnight. By the early hours of the morning, cities from New York to Boston will be dealing with accumulating snow, with some areas seeing upwards of 8 to 12 inches. As in Long Island, which has experienced an unusually snowy winter, is expected to pick up an additional 3 to 6 inches. The snow will gradually taper off throughout the day on Sunday, leaving behind a winter landscape that will likely last for days. However, this storm is just the beginning of what will be an extremely active week of winter weather. In this first storm, at least 2 more winter storms are expected to impact the United States within the next 5 to 7 days. The next system is set to develop on Monday night as moisture from the Gulf of Mexico meets a fresh surge of Arctic air from Canada. This will set the stage for a new storm system that will bring widespread snowfall across the Central Plains, Ohio Valley, and Mid-Atlantic. By early Tuesday morning, snow will already be falling from Kansas and Nebraska through Missouri and Kentucky, stretching into West Virginia and Virginia. This system is expected to produce a swath of moderate to heavy snowfall with some areas. While the exact track of the system remains uncertain, current projections indicate that parts of the Midwest and Northeast could see significant snowfall accumulations from this storm. As this system moves out on Wednesday, yet another winter storm will likely form over the Central Plains. This system is expected to bring heavy snowfall across Kansas, Missouri, Illinois, and Iowa throughout the day on Wednesday before expanding into the upper Midwest and northern New England by Thursday. The storm will likely be accompanied by strong winds, which could lead to blowing and drifting snow, further complicating travel conditions. Additionally, the risk of severe weather will begin to increase late Wednesday and into Thursday across the Deep South and the Dixie Valley, where the combination of warm Gulf moisture and strong upper-level winds could create a favorable environment for thunderstorms capable of producing damaging winds, hail, and even tornadoes. By Friday and Saturday, just when it might seem like the worst of the winter weather is over, another major storm system is expected to develop. This storm has the potential to be one of the largest winter storms of the season, but its exact track remains uncertain. If current model projections hold, This system could bring widespread snowfall and ice accumulation across large portions of the country. Depending on where the storm tracks, areas from the Midwest to the Northeast could see over a foot of snow, while the Southeast may experience a more significant risk of severe weather. Some models suggest that this storm will bring a renewed risk of dangerous ice accumulation, which could lead to power outages and hazardous travel conditions. The uncertainty in the storm's exact track makes it difficult to pinpoint where the heaviest snowfall will occur. But one thing is becoming increasingly clear: this will be a large and impactful storm with the potential to disrupt travel and daily life for millions of people. As these winter storms unfold, a surge of Arctic air will follow, bringing an extended period of bitterly cold temperatures to much of the country. By Monday and Tuesday, temperatures will begin to plummet across the central and northern plains, Midwest, and Pacific Northwest. Many areas will see temperatures well below average, with some locations even approaching record-breaking lows. By the middle of the week, the cold air will have spread eastward, bringing frigid temperatures to the Great Lakes and the Northeast. By Thursday and Friday, much of the northern plains and upper Midwest will be locked in a deep freeze, with high temperatures struggling to climb above zero in some areas. Looking ahead, the rest of February is likely to remain active. The most intense period of winter weather is expected to occur over the next 7 to 10 days. While additional snowfall and severe weather events are still possible later in the month, the overall pattern may begin to quiet down slightly by the end of February. However, until then, those in the path of these upcoming winter storms should be prepared for heavy snow, ice accumulation, and dangerously cold temperatures. Now let's talk snow totals. Remember, the snow starts off light, but it will get stronger as the storm moves east. Here in southern South Dakota or northern North Dakota, expect anywhere from 1 to 3 inches, with some places possibly getting up to 4 or 5 inches, especially in southeastern South Dakota. Once you get into Minnesota, things will pick up a bit. Around the Twin Cities, you could see anywhere from 6 to 7 inches, and further east in Michigan, we're looking at 2 to 5 inches. Northern Michigan could get up to 7 to 8 inches, and parts of southern Ontario could see 4 to 6 inches. By the time we get to the Adirondacks, I'm expecting 6 to 8 inches, and some areas near the lake could get over a foot of snow. The forecast has shifted slightly since yesterday, but it's still shaping up to be one of the more impactful snowstorms of the year. For the White Mountains and Green Mountains, expect 5 to 7 inches of snow. In Boston, 6 to 9 inches seems likely. There will be less snow in Connecticut and Rhode Island, but New York City is right on the line between rain and snow, so ice could actually be a bigger issue there. Still, 1 to 2 inches of snow is possible by Sunday. As far as ice goes, we could see a glaze in parts of Indiana and Ohio, and possibly a 1/4 inch of ice in the mountains from West Virginia through Maryland and south central Pennsylvania. That could lead to some power outages and dangerous travel conditions. In the Northeast, we're going to see moderate impacts on the roads, especially in the New York City metro area. Even though the snow might be light, the roads will be slick, so be careful out there, especially in Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts. So what's next? The title of this video is "A Train of Snowstorms is Coming." And what I just showed you is just the engine. There's a whole bunch of storms coming down the tracks. Starting Monday into Tuesday, we could see some snow or ice from Kansas to Virginia. On Tuesday and Wednesday, there's a strong signal for significant winter precipitation in the mountains of West Virginia, and up through the I-95 corridor into New Jersey and New York City. That storm could bring snow, ice, and rain. Then by February 13th, there's another storm on the way that could affect Missouri, Arkansas, and the central Appalachians. We're already looking at another potential snowstorm right after that, and who knows, there might be even more after that. The train just keeps rolling. And it's not just snow and ice we need to worry about on the southern side of these storms. There's a significant amount of rain expected. We're talking heavy rains and possibly some severe weather. The southeast from Kentucky to Alabama and Mississippi is particularly at risk for flooding. There's also a chance for heavy rain in California, especially in the Sierra and Cascades. Over the next 7 days, we could see 4 to 8 inches of rain in some areas. Looking further ahead, we're going to be well above average for precipitation in the next 6 to 10 days, especially in the southeast and along the west coast. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be an active winter with storms rolling in one after another, dumping tons of precipitation. Some places will get snow, others will get ice, and still others will get rain. If you want to stay updated on who's getting what, make sure to follow along. And that's all the weather talk I've got. For today, buckle up, y'all. Winter is here. February is looking like it's going to be pretty active with plenty more snowstorms and severe weather to talk about. Make sure you're prepared, not scared, and subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications, like the video, and I'll see you in the next one.